Hey guys, I hope you're doing well. One of the biggest mistakes, and I'm going to call it a mistake. One of the biggest mistakes that we see people make this time of year is watering their yard during the day, be it in the 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning range, or even in the middle of the day. And while I guess some water is better than nothing, watering during the daytime like that, specifically when it's super hot and the sun's out, is wrong, and in some cases can actually do more harm. This is going to be a longer video, so just bear with me here. Typically at nighttime the wind is not nearly as great, so you don't get as much drift. And what I mean by drift is when your irrigation heads are spraying, they cause a mist, and if there's a lot of wind going, the wind will blow that and it'll carry it off target. Meaning that it'll get other things like your driveway or the street or sidewalks wet versus the actual grass. Another thing too is that, I know this sounds crazy, but if the sun is up high and you water your yard and you've got all these droplets of water sitting out on the grass, these little droplets of water can actually act like a magnifying glass of sorts, and they can actually superheat the grass and do damage to the actual grass blades because the sun filters through that droplet. Think about burning ants with a magnifying glass when you were a kid. Kind of something similar along the same concept. Also, when you water early in the morning before the sun comes up, it gives that water plenty of time to sit on the ground and soak and absorb into the ground and get deep down into the dirt and get to the roots where it's most beneficial. During the daytime, not only do you get that drift that we were talking about because the breezes tend to be higher, but you also get evaporation. So a lot of the water, it sits on top of the ground and the sun will evaporate it before it ever gets the opportunity to absorb and soak into the soil. So those are some of the things that we're talking about. Also remember that a lot of people, when it gets super hot, they want to water every single day, but because of the expensive water, they don't want to water very long. In all actuality, let's use the run time of 20 minutes, for instance. You would be better off running your sprinkler system maybe twice a week or once a week for an hour or for 30 minutes rather than running it 5 days a week for 20 minutes. Because what happens is you get a good soak. You really want to soak the ground. You don't want to just get things wet. When you just get things wet, the roots it feeds the superficial roots. When you water everything and saturate and soak, it gets down deep, the roots deep down, they get their nutrients, they get stronger, and it causes an overall healthier grass. So the moral of this, I guess what I would be, is that when you're watering, remember, two of the most important things is water in the middle of the night, early morning. You want to have it done before the sun ever comes up. But then also water for longer periods in fewer days, if that makes sense. So think about maybe eliminating 1 or 2 run days and bumping up your existing run times longer. Now obviously watch for things like runoff. You know, if you're watering so much that the ground can't even absorb it, that's just a waste of water. But what I'm getting at is that you should go out there and your ground should be soft. You don't want it to be soggy, but it should be soft and it should be thoroughly soaked. And then you want to just give the yard plenty of time to dry out. Right now you literally could be going 3 to 4 days in between your watering sessions, so long as you're watering long enough. Like I said, at the end of the day, you're still going to be watering. You want to be giving the grass the appropriate amount of water per week. It's just that you want to give it to it in fewer sessions rather than spread it out every day. Hope that helps. If you need me to explain any more or maybe get into more detail or clarify anything, please ask down in the comments. Shoot us an email. Just anything we can do to help, we'll help you in any way. Hope that helps. If you need any other suggestions, let us know. Y'all have a good day.